So you've just picked up the new Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra and you want to take some amazing photos. You know, it's got 200 megapixel camera with f1.4 aperture, so more light into the sensor and all that kind of stuff. But you're not getting the results that you're expecting to get, or that doesn't look like the ones that you've seen online. Well, this video is going to show you some of the quick settings and stuff that you need to change or tweak to get the best out of your Samsung Galaxy S26 camera. The best settings obviously will depend on whether you're trying to shoot for a quick social media post, or if you're looking for that professional grade kind of edit, then that will depend on which settings you switch on or off. First up is that hidden 24 megapixel sweet spot. When taking photos, the phone will default to 12 megapixel, but you can now enable 24 megapixel mode using AI Fusion to combine light gathering power of 12 megapixel and the detail of 50 megapixel. So to enable that, you need to download Camera Assistant app from the Galaxy Store, so not the Google Play Store. And the reason why you need this is it basically has this significantly more cropping room than 12 megapixel. So without the massive file size or shutter lag of 200 megapixel, you used to be able to get a really good shot in that 24 megapixel sweet spot. Besides offering that 24 megapixel hidden mode, there's also other essential tweaks that you can do with Camera Assistant app. So let's go into the camera app and look at those settings. So once you've loaded your camera, what you want to do is go into this area here. So this little few dots here, so tap that. And then this will give you the option to go into settings. So we tap settings at the bottom left corner over there. And then you get some options that's available here that we can tweak and change a few things here and there to get the best possible out of your camera. So once you get into settings, scroll all the way down and you will see Camera Assistant. So tap Camera Assistant, which is the app we downloaded already, so it's now integrated into the camera app in terms of the settings itself. First thing you want to switch off is auto lens switching. This basically prevents the phone from deciding to use the main lens for digital crop when it thinks the lighting is too low for the 5x telephoto. By the way, in that same Camera Assistant settings, this is where you can also switch on that hidden 24 megapixel mode. So if you scroll down all the way to advanced resolution mode, this is where you have the option to switch on that 24 megapixel mode. So toggle that and you're good to go. Next, you need to switch off focus enhancer. Basically, if you hate it when your camera jumps to ultra wide lens to macro shots when you get too close to subjects, you need to tap this little icon on the corner and then you can have focus enhancer on, or you can tap it to switch it off completely. So that's something that's available in the viewfinder. So if you go back out from camera settings, it's there on the main viewfinder. Next on that essential tweaks that you can do is also the new Horizon Lock feature, which is actually pretty amazing. So when in video mode, there's some options right at the top there. So you can use some of the steady option to secure things in place in terms of making sure that it's nice and smooth. But if you go to the third option here and tap it, that will give you super steady with Horizon Lock. That way your video footage is going to remain steady, even if you tilt your phone significantly. Next, let's talk about some mode-specific options. So we're talking different scenarios if you're shooting for social media or daily use and all that kind of stuff. These are the kind of settings you might want to have on because it makes photo taking a lot easier. So when you're shooting on a day-to-day basis or you want to shoot for social media, what you want to do is switch on that 24 megapixel mode and also have your intelligent features on. So like your scene optimizer, being able to tweak photos for you on the go very quickly, and switch that on. If you're shooting low light or at night time, then switch on the 12 megapixel mode right at the top there. So you got options for different resolutions. So select 12 megapixel pixel binning because that f1.4 aperture, it's much brighter than say the S26 Ultra, for example. So the 12 megapixel will handle the low light situation the best. So the noise is handled much better. If you're shooting landscape mode, then perhaps select something like 200 megapixel or 50 megapixel. Use 200 megapixel if you're shooting where the lighting is very good, so you don't get that grainy shadow effect. And if you're shooting portrait mode, then use that 3x or 5x telephoto. And then you've also got that virtual aperture slider here, so it allows you to have that sort of blurred background effects, that bokeh effect. You can adjust that manually yourself. If you're trying to shoot cinematic videos, then you need to shoot something like 4K at 120 frames per second because you can slow it down after the fact. To do this, you need to go into Pro mode. So if you scroll across, go to More, go to Pro Video, and then right at the top, you'll be able to select 4K at 120 frames per second. So select that and start shooting some cinematic videos. Next, let's talk about some pro tools that you can use on here. And the first is Expert RAW. If you're planning on shooting and editing after the fact in say Lightroom or something like that, then you'd want to use that Expert RAW mode because this will shoot raw pictures which retains a lot of detail, which allows you to edit it after the fact. To get into Expert RAW, so go to More right at the bottom, select Expert RAW. And then once you're in here, you got loads of different options and stuff like that you can play with. Let me just select that out of the way. But there's a new Astro Portrait mode available as well. So if you want to get those nice astro photography with the stars and all that kind of stuff, or the constellation, you can do that on here as well. So this little science looking thing here, so you tap that, and then you got different options, just like ocean mode and so on. So if you tap this, this will take you into Astro Portrait mode. So you can select short, medium, long, depending on how you want to shoot, how long you want to shoot for, and how much you want to capture. One thing to bear in mind here as well is if you want high dynamic range, then select 50 megapixel. To do that, you can do that right at the top here. So you tap where it says 12 megapixel, select 50 megapixel, so that way you get better dynamic range with this. Next is instant slow-mo. So you don't have to shoot in slow-mo specific mode anymore. So any video that you've got in your gallery, you can just press and hold it. So like this video here, let's play it back. You can just press and hold it, and that will slow the video down. And then when you're done, let go of it. And then this top corner here, you can tap that, and that will save the slow motion version of that video. Pretty cool, right? Next up, let's talk about some of the AI features because some of them are actually quite useful that I've used on some of my photos. First up, let's talk about the prompt to edit. So for example, this photo here, if you want to change it so it's a sunset or something, you open it up, you tap this little Galaxy AI button right at the bottom there. And then what you can then do is start to prompt for what you want to do. So if we do create, you can describe exactly what you want to do. So here we can say sunsets in the background. We tap generate and then give it a few seconds or so. Voila, just like that, we now have a nice, beautiful sunset behind that picture without necessarily modifying the rest of the photo. So this way you can still get some really cool shots that probably didn't exist in the first place. Now you don't have to tap specific areas, you can just prompt it and you edit it as you wish. Next is photo ambient lighting, which allows you to change the sort of feel and the lighting, the ambient of the photo that you've already taken. So for example, this photo here, so what we want to do is press that Galaxy AI button again, and then underneath here we go to style, and then if you go to portrait, this will give you different options. So if we do more, we can see all of them. So you got things like studio, we've got things like cloud, golden hour effect. So we can do golden hour effect here. And then we do generate, and that will start to look at the photo, the depth of my face and all that kind of stuff. And this should give us a nice golden hour effect on the photo itself. So there you go. So it's generated something for golden hour effect, but it's not something that everyone would use, but it's there if you want to play about with your photos. Okay. Less of the AI stuff, and let's get back into some more camera settings. The next set of camera settings are really, really good stuff that I've been using to get the best out of my Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. Let's talk about that 9.9x zoom trick. The S26 Ultra's 5x, so it has all lens on prism sensor, is incredible, but when you go to exactly 10x, the phone often triggers aggressive digital sharpening, which you don't really want. So instead of that, you want to tap that 10x button there on the bottom, press it again, and then you just want to go just underneath it like 9.8x, for example, or 9.5 or 9.9, whatever. But with this one, it's going to keep that optical image quality. It's going to keep it in that natural state. So it avoids that oil painting kind of vibe that you get when it starts to upscale it and all that kind of stuff. Let's look at photo enhancer settings. So what you want to do is go into camera settings and then go into this intelligent feature area here. So if you go to photo enhancer, what you want to do is select balance there. So this speeds up, like I said, capture by reducing optimization. If you have it to maximum, it makes the skin look a bit plastic, whilst having it minimum means it can have too much noise in there. So having in that middle, just have that balance of faster shutter speed and natural looking textures. Next, let's talk about video, because if you want your videos to look like they've been shot on professional cameras, then you want to switch on wider color gamut. You want to enable it. So first thing first, in your camera settings. So if you go back to camera options, so these are your camera settings. You go on the video, go to video format and select high efficiency mode. So select that one. And then we go back out, and then we go all the way back out to our camera assistant, and then under video options in camera assistant. So if we scroll down to videos, we want to switch on HDR10 Plus as well. But with this, you're obviously going to need the right tools to edit it as well. Next is quick tap shutter, because the Samsung Galaxy series are known for that slow shutter lag when you tap your shutter. So you don't want to miss any opportunities. To do this, go into your camera settings and scroll down to camera assistant settings. So camera assistant there. Once you're in here, you want to then tap quick tap shutter option. Toggle that on and you're good to go. Something like that makes it easy to make sure you don't miss the opportunities when kids are running around, or if you have pets that are constantly moving very quickly, or suddenly you don't miss any shot with that on. So that's pretty much some of the settings that I use to make sure that I'm getting the best out of my Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. There are plenty more things you can do on here that you can have a play around with to make sure that you're making the most out of your smartphone. So if there's anything I've missed out, let me know in the comments below so I can try them out as well. And if you've tried any of these settings and it's become useful for you, let me know in the comments as well. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.